Find the missing number. So to find the missing number, generally speaking, this works in the same way as solving equations. So if you've seen our video on solving equations where we use rules like these, where we are trying to find the side of the unknown, find what's furthest away, and then applying on both sides value with opposite signs, can help solve this fairly quickly. But let's say we don't know these rules. We're going to look at how we can solve equations with an unknown. So let's say we have the question, an unknown plus 1 equal to 5. So let's understand what we have written here. So we need to add 1 to something to give us 5. So let's draw the number line. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We are trying to get to 5 and we are going to add 1 to something. So we're going to go one step to the right to get to 5. Well, to go one step to the right, we must be starting from 4. So our answer here is 4. So essentially what we have done is where we've had to add a number, we've subtracted it from our 5 to give us the unknown. Another option for the same question, square box plus 1 equal to 5, is we can try some numbers. So we want to add 1 to something to make it equal to 5. So we know the number must be less than 5. So let's try, say, 3. Does that work? So 3 add 1 is 4. Doesn't work. And we're trying to get to 5. So we need something bigger. So the next number here would be 4. Now 4 plus 1 gives you 5. But let's say, for example, we went with 5. Well, here 5 plus 1 is equal to 6. So we added too much. So there we know we need to go between 3 and 5, because 3 gave us 4, which was less than the 5, and 5 gave us 6, which was more than the 5. So in between these two is 4, so we can try that. And as we've seen before, 4 plus 1 equals 5, which is the right answer. Let's look at another example. Square box plus 2 equal to 5. So again, we can draw the number line and we're working with 2's and 5's. So let's just draw the number line from 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So now we're trying to end up with 5 and we're going to add 2 to something. So to add 2, we need to go across at least 1 and then another 1. So that means we're starting from 3. So the answer here is 3. 3 add 2 equals 5. So we've done the check as well, and we're happy that we've got the right answer. Now looking at the same question again, but this time we will guess the numbers and we'll try a few until we get it right. We're adding 2 to something to get 5. So we can try, say, 2. 2 plus 2 equals 4. So that's not the right answer. We'll go one more. 3. 3 add 2 equals 5. That's the correct answer. If we had put in 4, it would have given us 6, which would be too much. We would then have to try something less, and we'll end up going back to 3, and 3 plus 2 is 5, which is the right answer. Now let's look at another example. Question mark plus 2 equals to 6. Now here, although we don't have a square box, the question mark acts like a square box. So we can replace the question mark with a square box and answer it in the same way we have done before. So we can draw the number line. So this time we need to go up to at least 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we want to end up at 6. Going to add 2 to a number. So we know we have to at least go 2 steps to the right from where we're starting. So we're starting from 4. So the answer here is 4. Again, we could do this with trial and error, guessing. So we place the same question again. We can try a number, say 3. 3 plus 2 is equal to 5, so that doesn't work. Let's try 5. 5 plus 2 equals 7. Gone too far, doesn't work. So we go something in between. and 4. 4 plus 2 equals 6, which is the right answer. Let's look at another example. Let's say we have the question 2 plus something equals to 5. So again, we will draw our number line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we know we want to end up at 5. And now, understanding what we wrote, we're starting from 2 and we're trying to get to 5 and we're going to add something to it. So starting from 2, we're going to add to get to 5. So now what we do is we count how many we need. So we need to do 1, 2, and 3. So here the answer is 3. We can also do this using our trial and error method or guessing. So we can try 2. Well, 2 plus 2 equals 5 is not true. So 2 plus 2 equals 4. So let's try 4. 2 plus 4 equals 6. So let's try something in between. So that's 3. 2 plus 3 equals 5, which is the correct answer. Let's look at another example. 3 plus something is equal to 7. So again here, we're going to draw our number line. And we're going to start from 3. As we know, we're starting from 3. So we've got 3 that we're starting from. And then we're going to add something to make it equal to 7. So we know we need to reach 7. So we're going to do the number line up to 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We'll mark the 7 that we try to get to and the 3 that we're starting from. And then we count the number of steps in between. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we know the answer is 4. We can also do this by trial and error. 3 plus something equals to 7. So we'll try 2. 3 plus 2 equals 5. So that doesn't equal 7. Let's try 3. 3 plus 3 equals 6. Doesn't equal 7. And 4. 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. So we've found the answer. Let's have a look at another example. Unknown number minus 2 equals 3. So again here, we will draw our number line. So we'll go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we'll try to understand what we have. So we have a unknown, minus 2 equals 3. So we know we're interested in 3. And we're going to subtract 2 from something. So that means we need to work out how many steps we need to go to the right by 2. So now that ends up being 5. So our answer here is 5. Now we can check this. 5 take away 2 is equal to 3. So that's the correct answer. Now suppose we went the wrong direction. So we've gone 2 this way. Then we would have said this is a 1. Well, here 1 take away 2 is not equal to 3. Hence we know that that was the wrong direction. So we can go back to going in the right direction. Now we can do this by trial and error as well. So minus 2 equals 3. And we'll try a number, let's say 2. Well, 2 take away 2 is equal to 0. Doesn't work. We're quite far away, so let's try a bigger number. So 6. 6 take away 2 is 4. It's closer, but it's gone too far. So let's just go to 5. 5 take away 2 is equal to 3, which works nicely. Let's have a look at another example. Unknown minus 4 equal to 5. So again, we're going to draw our number line. But as we saw, when we have a minus sign, we went to the right-hand side. So we are going to draw the number line. And as we know, we're going to get bigger than 5. So let's just start from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we know we need to go 4 steps to the right here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we've ended up being in position 9. So the answer here is 9. So 9 take away 4 equals 5. We can also do this using trial and error method. So let's try again. We need to subtract a number by 4 to get to 5. So we need a number that's bigger than 4. So let's try 8. So 8 take away 4 is 4. It's not equal to 5. So it's close. We need something bigger. So let's go 10. 10 take away 4 is 6. So that's bigger than 5. So we've gone too big in terms of our guess. So now we need to go in between. So let's go with 9. So 9 take away 4 equals 5 is the right answer. Let's look at another example. Minus 3 plus an unknown equals to 4. So again, we can draw the number line. So we know we're starting from minus 3. We're going to add something to get us to 4. So we start the number line from minus 3. It goes to minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4 here. And mark that with a dot. And then we count the number of steps we need to take to get to 4 from minus 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the answer here is 7. Again, we can do this by trial and error. So if we guess the first number to get us from minus 3 to 4, we're starting from minus 3. We're going to a positive number. So we know we're looking for at least a number that's bigger than 3. So let's say 5. Now minus 3 plus 5 is plus 2. So it's not equal to 4. And we haven't reached 4, so we need something bigger. So let's try 8. So minus 3 plus 8 is 5. That's larger than 4. So we need something smaller. Let's try 7. Minus 3 plus 7 is equal to 4. So that's the right answer. Let's look at another example. Minus 2 plus something equals 3. So again, we draw the number line. We're starting from minus 2. So let's start our number line from minus 2. We're going to add something and we're trying to get to 3. So we're going to carry on our number line. Minus 1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. We can stop there as we're trying to reach 3. So we're starting from minus 2, try to get to 3. Count the number of steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the answer here is 5. Using our trial and error method, we can also solve the same equation. So let's try 4. So minus 2 plus 4 is 2. So we haven't gone far enough. So we need something bigger than 4. So let's try 5. So minus 2 plus 5 is equal to 3. So we have the right answer. Now the reason we went with 4 and 5 is because we know we're starting from minus 2 and we're trying to get to a positive 3. So we need to add at least 2, but we need to be bigger than 2. So we went with numbers like 4, 5, and you can try 6, etc. to help speed up the process to get a number that will be close to your answer. Let's have a look at another example. Something times 2 equals 6. Now here, we're not going to use our number line. What we can do is, we know we want to multiply a number by 2 to get to 6. So that means we're going to be using our 2 times table. So we can use our 2 times table. So we can go 2, 4, 6. Oh, we've reached the answer that we were trying to get to. And we've wrote 3 numbers. So that means the answer here is 3. We can also use the trial and error method. So times 2 equals 6. And we can try a number. So something times 2 equals 6. We can try 2. While 2 times 2 is equal to 4. So that's not 6. So we need something bigger. So let's try 4. 4 times 2 is 8. So we've gone too far. And then we can try 3. 3 times 2 is 6. So we have the right answer. Let's have a look at another example. 3 times something is equal to 12. So here we're multiplying 3 by something to equal 12. So that means we need to write out our 3 times tables. So 3, 6, 9, 12. Okay, we reached the answer that we were looking for. So now we wrote 4 numbers. So the answer here is 4. 3 times 4 is equal to 12. Let's try our trial and error method. So let's take a guess at the first one. So it's a multiple of 3 that equals 12. So let's try a number 3. 3 times 3 is 9. Not enough. Let's try 5. 3 times 5 is 15. Too far. So we try something in between 3 and 5. So let's go with 4. 3 times 4 is 12. And that's the right answer. Let's have a look at another example. Unknown times 5 equals 15. So again here, we have an unknown and we're going to multiply it by 5 to get to 15. So we need to write down our 5 times tables. 5, 10, 15. Okay, we reached the answer that we're looking for, and we've wrote 3 numbers. So the answer here is 3. 3 times 5 equals 15. Now, using our other method, the trial and error method, we'll take a guess at the unknown. So let's say we take a guess of 4. 4 times 5 is 20. It's too much, so let's try something smaller. 2. 2 times 5 is 10, so it's not equal to 15. Too small. Let's try 3. 3 times 5 is 15. That's the right answer. Let's have a look at another example. The unknown divided by 2 is equal to 8. So now here we have the unknown, dividing it by 2, that gives us 8. So we know that we'll be looking at 2 times tables until we get to 8. So here we know that we need to continue our 2 times tables 8 times. So let's do that. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So here we've done this 8 times and we've got to 16. So our answer here is 16. 16 divided by 2 is 8. Let's try the other method. Unknown divided by 2 is equal to 8. So again, by the same reasoning, we know that we are looking to find a number that we can divide by 2 to give us 8. So let's try something that's going to be quite big. So let's say 10. 10 divided by 2 is 5, so it's not equal to 8. Let's try another one. 20. 20 divided by 2 is 10, so that's too big, it's more than 8. And let's try another number, 16. 16 divided by 2 is 8, so we have the right answer. Let's have a look at another example. Something, an unknown, divided by 3 is equal to 4. So here, we start with something, we share it out between 3 people, say, and each one gets 4 of those items. So we know that we need to look at our 3 times tables up to 4. So 3, 6, 9, 12. So we have 4 here. So 4 times 3 is your 12, and that's your answer in here. So 12 divided by 3 is 4. So that's the right answer there. Now let's try our other method. Divided by 3 equals 4. So here let's try another multiple of 3. So let's say 15. 15 divided by 3 is 5. So we've gone too far. Let's try slightly less. So 12. So 12 divided by 3 is 4, which is the right answer. Now let's look at a different type of example. Now let's say this time we know the numbers, but we don't know the sign in the middle. So for example, 5, an unknown, 2 equals to 7. So we know our answer must be either a times, a divide, plus, or a minus. You can get an idea of what it might be by looking at the numbers. So 5 something 2 equals 7. So the numbers are fairly close together. So that probably rules out your divide and your times. So you're left with a plus and the minus. You're starting with a 5, you're doing something to it by 2, and you're getting 7. So it can't be a minus because you're not making it smaller, you're making it bigger. So let's try the plus. 5 plus 2 is 7, so that's your right answer. Let's have a look at another example. 3 something 2 equals 6. So we're starting from 3, we're doing something by 2 to get 6. So we're not going smaller, so that rules out the minus sign and the divide sign. Now it's getting bigger, so 3 something 2 equals 6. Now we're dealing with fairly small numbers, so it could be either the times or the plus. So let's try it. Let's try the plus. So 3 plus 2 is 5, which is not equal to 6, so it can't be that. Cross that one out. Let's try the times. 3 times 2 is equal to 6. That's the right answer. Let's have a look at another example. 6 something 2 equals 3. So here we're starting with 6, we're doing something by 2, and it equals 3. So the number is going smaller from 6 to 3. So that means we can cross out the times and the plus because it's getting smaller. So then we are also dealing with small numbers, so it could be either a divide or a minus. Let's try the minus. 6 minus 2 is 4, so it's not equal to 3, so we know it's not a minus sign. Let's try the divide. 6 divided by 2 is equal to 3, which is the right answer. Let's look at another example. 3 something 2 equal to 1. So we're starting from 3, doing something by 2, and it equals 1. So it's getting smaller. So let's rule out our times and our plus. So it could be divide or minus. So let's try a divide. Now 3 divided by 2 is 1.5. So it's not equal to 1. Rule out the division. So let's try the minus. 3 take away 2 equals 1. It's the right answer. Let's look at another example. 4 something a half equals 2. Now here we're starting from 4, doing something by a half, and it equals 2. So the numbers are getting smaller. So here we need to be careful that we don't just cross out the times, because we're dealing with a fraction now. So now we can cross out the plus because we know that's not going to work because it's getting smaller. So it could be one of the 3 symbols that we have here. Now, if you were to apply divide in here, you will know that by dividing a fraction, it actually makes it bigger. So divide won't work. And 4 divided by a half is 8, so that's not equal to 2. Let's try the minus. 4 minus a half is 3.5. And we can work that out over here. So 4 minus a half, and 4 is treated as 4 over 1. So that's the same as 8 over 2 minus a half, which is 7 over 2. Now we know 7 over 2 is not equal to 2, so the minus does not work. So let's try the times. 4 times a half, so 4 over 1 times a half, which is 4 over 2, which equals 2, which is the right answer.
You can download the application on Google Play or App Store, and you can visit our website mathslegends.co.uk.